Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our Gold Digger call. It's Thursday, February 1st, and I'm always happy when our Gold Digger call calls on the first day of the month. It's exciting to be able to just chit chat with you and get you really motivated and excited for what's to come in February. I'm already really excited. I was kind of excited since last night, really. Snapping with Monica back and forth. But we didn't look excited. We were actually really tired. We were excited. So my name's Esmeralda Saldana. If you're new and you haven't met me yet, I'm your Executive Regional Vice President. And today our lead trainer is going to be Monica Lora, Area Manager, who soon will be a Regional Vice President in Arbonne. And I'm really excited to have her. She's got some really fantastic training lined up for you. But before we start there, I wanted to go through some dates with you guys that are really important. First of all, if you haven't noticed, Arbonne put out another great incentive for all of us to earn. It's called the Scent of Success. If you haven't seen it, it's actually kind of cool, and I'm really excited for it. This is a really beautiful oil diffuser with the Arbonne logo on it, plus the brand new bottle of Rescue and Renew essential oil. All you have to do is what we teach you to do all the time, is sponsor, sponsor, sponsor. So if you get 3 new independent consultants or preferred clients, or a combination of both, with at least a 250 order in their start month, you will earn the diffuser along with the oil bottle. I think that's pretty cool. Remember, these incentives, it's not about the gift itself, it's about the evidence that you're doing the business, you're following what you're supposed to do, and you get rewarded for that, which is so cool of Arbonne. I love that they do these little fun incentives for us. Okay, so let me stop share that because I'm trying to move quickly. Also, please put down in your calendar this Saturday, February 3rd, at the home office is our first Spanish Discover Arbonne for 2018. We had several of them last year that were really awesome, and we want to start them up again. You guys are all welcome. It's at the home office. It's only about an hour, and I encourage you guys to bring your prospects that have their dominant language is in Spanish. Okay, so again, this Saturday at 11 a.m. at the home office. And then on February 25th, which is a Sunday, I know every weekend there's a lot of stuff going on with Super Bowl and vacations and holidays, but on the 25th, we're going to be hosting our Healthy Sunday Brunch, and we're going to have a guest that day, and her name is Tonette Arihu. Oh gosh, I forget her new, Tonette Blum. Her new last name, because she just got married. She's going to come visit us on the 25th, and the brunch is going to be at Andrea's house. Andrea is direct to Jill Bush. She lives in Whittier. She lives down the street. So we're going to tag team on this to kind of share the responsibility. So the 25th, that should be fun, okay, at her home. Wonderful. So I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about goal setting this month. Make sure you're writing down your goals and map out the path you're going to take to reach those goals. I always encourage people to do it daily, right? Forget that this month is short. I don't even want you guys to look at how many days are in this month. What I want you to look at is what's in front of you, which is today, right? What are you going to do today to work on your business? And break everything down to daily activity, right? We encourage you to talk to at the very, very least, one new person about Arbonne, whether it's the detox, whether it's the opportunity. 2 is a great number. It's a fantastic number, because at the end of the month, you'd be talking about 60 people, right, instead of 30. But if you can commit to at least one person, everyone can do that, you guys. We just have to decide and do it. Every single one of you has the time, I don't care how busy you are, to be able to reach out to at least one person a day. And I encourage you to do this because I know all of you have great goals to reach the top. Remember, it's just a numbers game, right? It's just a numbers game. This is why we say get in front of 30 to 40 people a month. It's just a numbers game. It's not about how smart you are, how much experience you have in network marketing, or how many years you've been in this business. It's just a numbers game. If a brand new person comes into our business today and starts talking to 30 people today, she's already ahead of everyone else that's maybe been in Arbonne 5+ years, right? So it has nothing to do with experience or intelligence. It's just a numbers game. And if you want to sponsor 2 new consultants this month, and at least 5 new preferred clients, again, you want to get in front of 30 to 40 people. So if that's your goal, we have to get in front of 30 to 40 people. Hence the 90-day frenzy. Who's doing the 90-day frenzy? I'm really excited about that. I think it's a lot of fun. Don't get discouraged or disappointed if you miss a day. Just make it up. Talk to 2 more people. Talk to 3 more people. It's not a big deal, guys. Just keep moving forward. And make a clear plan and decide to work the plan. So it's great to have a plan and know exactly what you're going to do. But if you don't decide to actually do it, then you kind of just wasted a lot of time, right? So decide to work the plan and make sure you have discipline. And I want to spend just 1 minute on this. You guys, what I've realized is discipline is everything. we will have excuses up to our brain as to why January didn't work out. But our discipline is what gets us through those excuses, right? The discipline to stay focused and stay consistent no matter what the excuse is what really sets us apart from people who are going to be very successful in Arbonne to people who are either going to stay in the same place or fail or quit at the end of the day, right? So the discipline is so important, you guys. Decide to be disciplined and stick to it because consistency is key. Remember that you're in charge of the outcome. This is your business. Your upline is not in charge of your outcome. Your team is not in charge of your outcome. Your personal activity will define your outcome in this business. So always be in activity and take full advantage of our business model. You guys, we have an awesome business model that will allow you to build a willable asset. Who wouldn't want a willable asset for their team, right? That's really important. And remember, sponsoring is the heart and soul of this business. It absolutely is the heart and soul of this business. If you're not sharing with people what Arbonne can give them or what the products are, you're not sponsoring. And sponsoring doesn't just mean brand new consultants. It means brand new clients. You can sponsor clients too, right, into this business. So that is the heart and soul of this business. There's no other way around it. You can't just lead all the time and be a great leader and not sponsor, right? And I'm talking to myself right now. You have to be able to also sponsor new people constantly. This will help grow your customer base and it will duplicate your activity. So you guys ready? You guys ready for February? Because I'm really excited. Make sure you're mapping out your business. It should look something like this, right? Now, I'm a VP, so I have a lot more columns, right? Because I have my brick, which everyone should have their brick. You want to always make sure you reach your brick. My second column is my DM bonus, right? I'm a DM too, so I want a bonus in my district at 5,000. I'm also an area manager technically, so I want a bonus in my area. I'm a VP, so I want a bonus as a VP. So there's so many ways that I know that I'm building a business and I'm doing the work by meeting all these awesome markers that actually pay me, right, to meet them. And then at the end, as always, I have Nation Qual. So what does your chart look like? And are you actually charting? Are you putting this up somewhere so you guys can see it? Because you know how it is. Don't you guys get mad when your husbands don't ask for directions? Right? You get really irritated when they think they know where they're going and when they end up getting lost. Okay? Now that's a generalization because there's always jokes about that, but think about it. You can't get from point A to point B without a clear map. So map it out. Figure out where you're going, what you're going to do today, what you're going to do tomorrow, what your weekly goal is, and take it from there. Little steps, right? That's how we eat an elephant. Tiny bites. Okay, enough talking. I'm going to hand it over to Monica now. So thank you guys and take it away, my dear.
Wow, that was a perfect segue into what I'm going to be sharing today. So thank you, Esme. That was awesome. I'm like, oh, I didn't talk about that. So I'm glad she did. Well, thank you guys for joining. I know that some of you are unable to speak, but I really would like to make it a little bit more interactive so that we give you an opportunity to ask questions that sometimes we hang up the phone or we get off Zoom and all of a sudden we don't know what to say. I'm going to try my best to stick to certain points and to spend a little bit more time on others. Because this is just something I'm seeing, honestly, like Esme said, that I've learned for myself and that I've seen of myself in the past 6 months or so, but also that I'm learning as I'm coaching and training other people. And I love that, I think it was Angela brought it up a while back, that sometimes I think we need to go back and remember what it's like to be a new consultant. And we ourselves need to do that and become that new consultant. And I think, honestly, I feel it's something we need to do every month. So it's perfect that today's the first day of the month. So we are all brand new consultants starting for the first time. And as a new consultant, what would we do? We would make sure that we had all the basic information that we need. So I'm calling this, or Esme and I came up with this little name, and I do have my notes because if you know me, I will go off on a tangent. So how to know you're running your business like a business, okay? And as I was putting these notes together, it came down to 3 main things, but I'm going to break these down to business relatable. So you have a schedule, you prepare, and you practice. Those are the 3 main things that I have found have shifted. I know it's going to sound crazy, but have shifted my business is having these things. So the first part is training. We have so much training, it's kind of overwhelming at times, especially if you are new to the business. But at least if you know which trainings we have, you can figure out which ones you can get to, right? So I wanted to start with that because there's no excuse to not have the information that you need. We give you all that information. Your job is to make sure you keep it. Now I'm going to be totally honest, or you'd be honest with me. How many of you, and you can just raise your hand or something, how many of you actually have all the trainings reminders set up in your phone as a reminder? You can raise your hand if you do. And if you're not raising your hand, I'm assuming you don't. Perfect. I want you guys to think of everything that I share with you today as information for you to just get better at what you're already doing, okay? So if you don't have every single appointment or every single meeting already as a reminder in your phone, then that's something that you can put on your to-do list today. We have, and I'm going to go over them very quickly because I don't want to spend too much time on that. We have our 8 a.m. new consultant training every Monday. You guys, I'm on that every Monday, and there's literally maybe 1 to new consultants, and I know we have more new consultants. And by new consultant, I'm sorry, not just new consultant training. If you are not yet a manager, you should be on this call, period. It's not if you've started yesterday. Second thing is the 9 a.m. mindset call with Jerry. That is through free conference call. The details you can get from us later. But 9 a.m., that mindset call used to be just for managers. It's not. It has helped me in my personal life. So jump on, even if you can listen, and everything's about 30 minutes long. The next thing is the 10 a.m. area to region call. So for those of you planning to be area in the next couple months, which I know is a lot of you, might as well put that in your calendar and be prepared and put that, make that mental picture of, okay, I'm going to start having a call at 10 a.m. 5 p.m., if I'm not mistaken, on Monday. This is all on Mondays. 5 p.m. Esme is the Spanish coaching call, correct? Okay. So Spanish coaching call, 5 p.m. on Mondays. Again, I started to get on this call. I am not the most fluent in Spanish, but I want to get educated and I want to know what people are listening to. So you should be referring people to that call. 6 p.m. is our nation call every Monday. And then Tuesdays, and that Zoom, Tuesdays, 5 p.m. is a district to area call, and 6 p.m., 5 p.m. district to area, 6 p.m. multi-nation call. So how did I know we had all those calls? Because I have them all on my phone. Very simple. I didn't have to go searching for them. The next thing, which is the most important thing, our monthly DA every Monday. If you had a business, taking this back to why I'm sharing this with you, if you had a business and every Monday or one day of the month, your boss said, I'm going to pay you an extra $100 for you to be at this meeting every month, would you be there? Raise your hand if you would be there. Yeah, no excuses, you guys. There's absolutely no excuses to be there. If you're genuinely serious about your business and you live less than or 2 hours or less, and I say 2 hours because Monica drives 2 hours to get to the meeting, there's no excuse to not be there. This is your business. Treat it like a business. You are the boss of your business. You are saying, this is important to me, show up. I don't care if you have nobody show up. Show up. Next thing, products. You need to do the 30-day, whether you like it or not, because how can you speak to an experience that you have not had yourself? Okay, so if you have not done the 30-day program, you need to do it and start it next week. If you've not done it full out, then you need to do it and start it next week, okay? Do it full out. And I'm confessing for that one myself. I'm starting again next week, and I'm going to actually document my progress. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Next thing, your RE9. If you have not used the RE9 or switched to it, and even if you feel that you may or may not have sensitive skin, try it out so that you can speak to somebody who has sensitive skin and tries the RE9, okay? Just those two main ones I'm talking about, because again, how can you speak to somebody who you have not had the experience of using these things? Now we're going to get to the nitty gritty. Okay. Presentations, one-on-ones, and Facebook. I'm going to tell you the number one thing you need to do that has shifted my business. And I'm going to start with a question. How many of you have actually practiced the script or anything before you've done a one-on-one, a presentation, or a Facebook? And by practice, I mean you've recorded yourself, or you've done it in front of a friend, or you've done it in front of a family member, or you've done it in front of your infant. I don't care. You've actually practiced it. One time, Lisa, thank you for being honest. Thank you. I gotta tell you guys, and this actually will, I'm emotional, so just deal with it. I'm probably gonna cry at some point. this shifted everything. I started doing the Facebook events personally. I think I called Esme and I was like, I'm going to start doing Facebook. I saw this event. It seemed simple. So I started to do it. So what did I do? I recorded myself, videotaped myself in front of my computer at least 5 times. And I did it every time before I had a Facebook presentation. So for you guys, so now that we're incorporating Facebook into the program, how is that any different than a presentation? How is that any different than a one-on-one? You're sitting in front of somebody, you need to see what they're seeing. If I'm talking to you about how excited I am about Arbonne, and I think you should really join my business because it's just the best thing I've ever done, that doesn't sound very interesting. But I don't know what you're seeing. And the way that I know what you're seeing is by seeing myself. But if I know that if I raise my eyebrows and I show you my hands, because that's all you can see in this little box, and I show you my hands and I smile, I know what you're seeing. If you get bored after watching yourself, guess what? Most likely everybody else is going to get a little bored. But the point is not that. The point is that the more you practice, the more comfortable you are. Know which script you're using, okay? And I don't mean that you don't have to have your script in front of you. If you're new and you're being coached and your person, your upline is helping you, then you should have your script. You want to go along with it. But, which leads me to the other thing. But read the script beforehand, please. It's very basic. If you had a brick and mortar business and you were about to train 10 people on how to do their job so that you can build your business, would you not write the script out and practice it and then maybe even test them on it? All right, you guys, I want each of you to come back and read that script to me in a week. Absolutely, you would. Understand it. Understand what you're sharing. If there is a word or a phrase or something in there that you don't understand, don't say it, first of all, or ask what it means or what it's about. Toxins, I always visualize that toxic symbol, but I really didn't get it. I really, really, truly didn't get it up until recently, to be honest. And I now have this visual I can create for other people. Having said that, when you have your upline that is helping you, and I do reiterate, helping you because they're trying to help you be your best person, and they're doing the script for you, you should be reading along with what they're doing. They're not your mom. I'm going to be a little blunt here. They're not your mom. They're here to help teach you. They're not here to do it for you. And the more that you do on your own, the more confident and faster you're going to grow in your business. Okay. Have everything ready at least an hour before you leave. You should not be running out the door scrapping for stuff. You should not be calling your upline at the last minute. Sorry, Esme, for all the times I did that. You should not be calling your upline at the last minute. I forgot this. I didn't have this. Does it happen every so often? It does. But honestly, if you know you have a presentation tomorrow at 5 p.m., why are you preparing at 4? You should be already have read your script the day before and know what you need. And everything is scripted for you, you guys, so you know what you need. Schedule accordingly so you have enough time to get there. You should arrive to everything at least 30 minutes beforehand. You need to go over with whoever is your either new consultant or your host, what it's going to look like, what you're going to do, the hand scrub, whatever it is, so they can be prepared and so that you can stick to the 2-hour maximum. You get over that 2-hour maximum, you get over the 30 minutes, first of all, in the presentation, you've already started to lose people. You get over the 2-hour maximum, you've really lost people and you can say goodbye to most orders. And, you know, we've had that experience recently. So, okay, I did that. Good. And then the last thing, I want to spend a little bit more time on this, scheduling. I've had a few conversations recently with people saying, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't doubt you don't. I'm not denying that whatsoever. But let's be realistic and reasonable. If you know that you only have 1 hour a day, then you should know exactly what hour that is. And you should know exactly what you're going to do in that hour because that's all you have. So, and that's reality. Some of us have only 1 hour. However, I'm going to take it a step further. If you have a 9-to-5 job and your weekends are in essence free in the sense that you don't have a job to go to, you may have kid stuff, you may have this, you have more than an hour a week. You most likely have at least 5 to 10 hours if you total it. So if you know that you only have the weekends to do presentations, I'm just giving you a hypothetical. If you had, now think about it, there's 4 weekends in a month, 2 days each weekend. That's 8 presentations. And that's only 1 presentation a day for each weekend or for each day of the weekend. You can have 2 presentations in a day. So if you're really serious about this business, you need to pull out your calendar. You need to sit with your husband, your wife, your partner, your spouse, whoever, and you need to look at that schedule and say, where can I schedule, book this time? My fiance and I now do that regularly. He now asks me in the beginning of the week or the end of the week, what's the schedule? Now he asks me, what's my schedule? What's the schedule like, so I can see where I can fit in or we can do something together. If you have it ahead of time, let me tell you, that crazy fogginess that you have going in your head that I have no time goes out the window. Because I guarantee you, when you say you have no time, there's a movie you end up watching, there's some TV you end up watching that you end up making time for. So now, what can we do with that time? Calls, demonstrations, one-on-ones, or sample drop-offs. Those are the 4 ways that we share this business, you guys, okay? We call people, I'm sorry, I kind of got ahead of myself. We call people, we have demonstrations, we have one-on-ones, we have sample drops, we have the Facebook. You can make an average, what is it? I don't know the exact number, but let's say you have 30 minutes in your day, okay? You're at work. You can make at least 2 calls in that day. If you're doing this 90-day frenzy, and this is something I've been using my own experiment with, you can fit a call. I went to Starbucks the other day to do some work. It was the best thing I did. I met 2 new people. One of them, she's super excited to share this with her friends, and she's not that interested herself. Okay, the next thing. I was told this over and over and over, and of course I didn't listen because I'm me and I don't listen until I'm ready to listen. So I'm just, just be honest with who we are. How many of you are either reading a book, listening to an audio book daily? Raise your hands. Okay, I see a few hands. Okay, so I don't see a lot of other hands. What does that tell you? I gotta tell you what difference that makes. It's not just about, oh my God, I'm feeding myself this positive information. That's part of it. The other part of it is you're giving yourself that moment to decompress and say, what is the most important thing to me? What do I need? What do I need to focus on? And through this reading and through this internal dialogue that you have when you're reading or listen to audiobooks, you start to figure out what your priorities are. And when we're going back to those excuses of, oh, I don't have time, or, oh, this happened, that happened, you have already been giving yourself the tools on how to handle that. But however, when we have those dream stealers, when we have those bad days, when we have those bad months, that reading is imperative because it's your salvation of, I can do this. It's okay. And if you were to pick any person out there, I was watching Ryan Seacrest and Callie Ripa the other day, and he was talking about reading some book. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Everybody successful is reading. And if you don't know who Ryan Seacrest is, then I don't know what planet you're on. But everybody is reading something. You have to constantly feed your mind. Okay, now my next tip or next process. Where and how are you reading? If you're listening to an audiobook, in the car, driving to pick up your kids, 15 minutes, if you have a 15-minute drive, I hear that all the time. Oh, I don't have time. Really? We're in modern technology, people. I'm sorry. Plug in your phone, put in an audiobook, okay? It's really simple. I have now started making, my fiance gets up for work at 5 a.m. He now drags me out of bed as well because I spend that time in the morning on myself. I'm finally understanding the miracle morning. I don't turn on the TV. I don't look at my phone. I go take a shower. I put my makeup on. That's the only reason I have any makeup on right now. And I read for just 5 minutes. That's it. That's all I have to read. I only have time to read 5 minutes because then the kids start waking up. But I'm telling you, I'm yelling less and they're happier because they have more variety for breakfast because I have more time to make breakfast now. Okay, towards almost done. I'm trying to keep it simple and to the point. Nothing, and going back to the before the morning starts, Esme reminded us the other day, and I'm glad you did this, Esme, you shouldn't be doing any what's the word I'm looking for when you're trying to find business people, but you should be doing any of your reading or writing or whatever it is before 9 a.m. and after 9 p.m.
Business hours.
Thank you. Yeah, business hours. Income producing activity. Thank you. Income producing activity. It is a little bit simple. And like I just said, I do it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is better than no minutes. Okay. All right. The last thing I want to spend the last 5 minutes on, if you guys don't mind, is what you are doing right now is that you're helping people. And if you don't understand that, then ask me or ask Esme or ask Evelyn, because we've had these specific conversations recently. Ask Lisette. We've had those conversations recently. You are helping people find a better way or a healthier way for their life. Let me get clear. You are helping save lives. I got a text from one person I'm coaching the other day, and she said, you probably are saving my life right now. Okay. She has had some of the most difficult last few years. And she's used the products before. She's been using them, but she never did the 30-day whole out. And I never coached her whole out. And that gets me emotional, because when someone tells you that you've probably saved their life, it hits you like a ton of bricks of what you're doing. And if you don't feel that or understand that, then feel free to ask me and I'll help coach you on that. You're helping people. Now you're helping people with getting an extra money. Okay. So if ever you're at a point where you feel like you're selling people, you probably are. You need to be very clear of the gift that we have to help people and how many people need it. Does that mean everybody's going to take it? No. So if we're treating this like a business, I know this sounds crazy. If you were a doctor, and some people are, and some of you are, or you were a nurse, you would go to a hospital every day or some form of, a clinic or whatever, and your job would be to help people and you would get paid for it. And you would justify your long hours because you're helping people and you get paid for it, even if you're not getting paid very much, right? This is no different. You may not have the title of a nurse or a doctor, but you have the title of somebody who can help people and has some information that can help them. And once you get that picture mental clear, all of a sudden, it's very easy to share this. Very easy to step up to that stranger that you just heard said that they have been having the worst back pains in the world. Very easy to call that person who has MS and say, look, I know it sounds crazy, but I think I have something that might be able to help you on your journey. Very, very simple. So having said that, before you call somebody or talk to somebody, know what you want to say to them and know why you want to say it. And if you ever get confused, you have to ask yourself, what do I think I can help them with? Their health or some extra money. And it's very easy at that point to kind of segue. And then you don't have to worry about, am I saying the right thing? Am I not saying the right thing? Because you're doing the right thing no matter what. So there's 5 categories that everybody falls into. Jill talked about this, I think, a week or 2 ago. This is on the Mo Boger call. I hate saying her name wrong, as I feel bad. But this is Mo Boger call. There's 5 categories. Every person fits into these 5 categories. You either want to share the business. You either want them to host a demonstration for you. You either want to have a one-on-one with them. You either want to follow up with them, or you want to just ask them for a referral. And of course, some people are going to cross over all 5 of them, right? Okay. If you don't know why you're calling them to begin with, you're not going to know what to ask them. So I'm going to go back to the beginning. You need to practice. You need to practice what you're going to say, who you're going to say it to, and why you're going to say it. So to sum all this up, what I have found and am finding in these past several months is that when I respect what I do, and I respect my time, and I respect other people's time, it is very easy to be disciplined, like Esme said, and stick to what I said I was going to do, to make a schedule and actually keep it. That's my call. Any questions?
Awesome. That was really powerful, Monica. Thank you so much. You guys, I want you to really think about the whole reading thing. Maybe some of you are like, I have no time to read. And I know who you are because I see how busy you are in your life and with your kids and with your family. But I will tell you what I've experienced in the last 30 days. By the way, I did finish Thrive. I'm now on my 2nd book. But this is what I experienced. I felt more at ease with the day and calm and relaxed. And I felt better about myself, because if you're at work, or you're doing something with the kids, or you're running errands, it's always for someone else. We're never really doing it for us. We're always doing something for someone else. And I feel like when we're reading or listening to audio for 5, 30, whatever minutes you want to do it, it's the time you have for you. And it is very powerful. You know, maybe you don't see it right now how it could be powerful, but it's that your mind gets stronger. You feel more confident. You feel more at ease. You feel better about yourself and what you're doing. You just feel like you're giving yourself some opportunity to just be you. and just have a moment for yourself. So I encourage you to pick up a book. And if you don't want it to be, you know, a personal growth book, then just pick something positive. You know, just don't pick any of those novellas or whatever they call them. Get something positive. All right. I got this book. I don't know when I got this book, but this is Christy Drayling's book. She actually signed it and I never read it. And I just found it in my library. So I picked it up because I know she has a powerful story. It's called From Homeless to Multi-Million-Dollar Global Business Leader. Well, it's called LOL, but if you guys don't know the backstory to LOL, I won't tell you. You have to read it because it's kind of funny. But, you know, pick up a book, read. But at the end of the day, just be really clear what you want to do. And I think all the information Monica shared wasn't to scold anyone. She's just reminding you that if you're on this call, it's because you want to be successful in Arbonne. It's not because you're looking at it as a hobby. So we would just want to give you the tools you need to be successful. So take everything she said literally and apply it and practice it, because it will help you. You know, it's no fun just going to coaching calls and listening and feeling empowered for 30 minutes to go right back to what you were doing and do nothing about it. Okay, do something about it. Whatever she taught you that stuck to you, what are you going to do next? When you hang up this call, what are you going to do next? Think about it. What are you going to do to make your business bloom a little bit more? Hi, Lori. Okay, guys. So thanks again for being on our call. Congratulations once again to Alida Santana, brand new district manager from Puerto Rico. Also, I wanted to give a huge shout out to who's in Qual. We have Rebecca Saldana in Qual. Yay, that's my sister-in-law. People who got their consultant bonus. I don't have everyone's names yet. These are just my immediate team. So throw them out there if you have people who earn their consultant bonus. But again, from Puerto Rico, we have Alida and Miriam. And then bonus earners, Maite and Abby. You guys, I am so floored by Puerto Rico. Talk about not having excuses. They're going through so much down there, and they led the pack in every category last month on our team. That's amazing, you guys. What excuse do we have? We have internet. We have running water. We can go outside and get any type of food we want. You know, it's really tough what's going on out there, yet they surpassed everybody's numbers. They hit every goal they went for, and it's really exciting to see that. So I really just want to applaud Puerto Rico. I'm really, really excited for them and everything we're doing. It's just a lesson, I think, for us, right? So inspiring for us. So thank you, guys. Oh, Christina Cruz, DM Qual. Thank you so much. Christina, are you on? I think you're on. Awesome. So thank you guys for being on this call, and we'll see you on Saturday maybe for the Spanish DA, and definitely on Monday for our recognition meeting. Okay, thank you, Monica. Thanks, everyone.